Hey guys, I've come down to the beach to talk to you about souvenirs, so bear with me because it's a bit of a story, this one. You may recognise getting these dead starfish and seashells in souvenir shops. Now, yesterday I went on a boat trip, so this is a business that makes its money from taking tourists out in the environment, snorkeling and stuff, and they were doing something very irresponsible in regard to respect for the marine environment. They were giving out these cowrie shells and these starfish. And even my 9-year-old said, "Look, Dad, they gave me a dead animal." She was frustrated that that incident occurred, that they had just given her a dead animal. She's 9 and even she clocked on. So you might think that these things are pretty cute and people buy them in souvenir shops. But yes, they are unsustainably harvested. As you can imagine, people go around quite often in the Pacific and just pick these off the starbed. This is a horned sea star. By the way, fun fact, they're not called starfish, they're called sea stars. This is a horned sea star, and these are actually endangered, I believe. And loads of these would have just been picked off the seabed, left to die, this is dead, and then sold off in souvenir shops. It's completely unsustainable and devastating for the marine environment. These are cowrie shells. This is the Aegean Sea here, connected to the Mediterranean. This comes from the Pacific. So these are harvested. These are not necessarily classed as vulnerable to extinction or anything, you know, but they are going around in the Pacific Ocean collecting these shellfish for the tourism industry, for souvenirs. And, you know, these are also, you know, these cowries are like little sea snails, tiger shell effect on there, and they also suffer from like dynamite fishing. So there's various, like, you know, complications to much of our wildlife's decline. But of course, these are just being irresponsibly taken off the seabed and going into souvenir shops. And I couldn't believe that a boat trip was giving these out to kids in the hundreds every time they do a trip. All these sea creatures just being plucked off the seabed and sold into the souvenir trade. Completely irresponsible. And then guess what? At the end of that boat trip, they gave all the kids balloons. Sword-shaped, pirate-shaped sword balloons. The majority of them popped as we were staying along, and many of those that popped got caught in the wind and ended up in the sea. And as an environmentalist myself, it's really hard to be in that environment. And, you know, they just literally gave these to my kids. We didn't buy them. And I just simply had to do a little video to explain to people, this is bad practice. If you see these things for sale in souvenir shops, don't buy them. They are unsustainable and they are harmful to our marine environment. Especially sea stars, they play an important role in the marine ecosystem. So yeah, a real sad sight. Thanks ever so much for listening to me on that one. Get wild.